In this session, we'll be talking about Amazon product reviews and how to get them using virtual assistants. So you can optimize your time. You can spend less time on working on increasing the rate of getting reviews for your products. And we will use virtual assistants for that. And our guest will be Gilad Freimann from VA Academy Philippines. And before we continue, I wanted to mention that this session is sponsored by 3 companies. Getida, which is an Amazon FBA auditing and reimbursement solution for Amazon sellers. They help you to get money back from Amazon, and you will find their link below in the description, also a special offer. As well, one of the sponsors is Awesome, which is an Amazon FBA aggregator created by ex-Amazonians. If you want to sell your Amazon brand, contact them, also the link below. And finally, Zongur is the 3rd sponsor of this session. It's a all-in-one tool suite, perfect for all Amazon business needs. And again, you will find a special offer and a link below in the description. And now I would like to present our speaker.
Let's get ready for Gilad Freimann at the KLIK Box Summit.
Hello, KLIK Box.
Hi, Gilad. Happy to have you here today. How did you enjoy your intro?
Yeah, it's it's funny. It's amazing. I like it here. So thanks for having me.
Perfect. So, Gilad, for those who don't know you yet, could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do in Amazon space?
Well, I'm an Amazon seller first and foremost. I've been selling on Amazon since 2015, and I'm the CEO and founder of VAA Philippines, which is focused on filtering virtual assistants from the Philippines and then training them specifically on Amazon so they could help Amazon sellers. We have PPC VAs, social media, Amazon Seller Central VAs, and so on. So that's really our specialty.
All right. And what you will be sharing today exactly?
I will be talking about a super important issue that is always relevant, and that's obviously the question of how to get more reviews. We're going to talk about it from an advanced point of view, and I'm going to be sharing tips of how to use your VA better in order to really maximize the value of your VA, how to use it for something that nobody else is using, and really give you the edge in order to get much more reviews. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we're ready for that. So while you're preparing for to share your slides, I wanted to mention that the links to Gilad's to what Gilad does to VA Academy Philippines, you'll find below in the description. And also, this video is part of the KLIK Box series where we present more than 20 experts in one box. Well, actually, this box contains their offers, special exclusive offers. You can also check the link below in the description for the KLIK Box offer we have for you. And also, Gilad has an offer as well included. So basically, if you buy a KLIK Box, you can get additional kind of very valuable services from Gilad and from other 20 experts which are speaking in this video series. So I see Gilad is ready. So we see your screen. All good.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so let's get going. First of all, the topic of this presentation is going to be ManyChat reviews and your virtual assistant. We're going to talk about all 3 of them, how to use ManyChat, how to get more reviews, and obviously using your virtual assistant for what matters the most, and that's obviously to get more and more reviews and to grow your Amazon business. Now, if I have to start from step 1, then let's ask ourselves, what will Amazon suggest us to do if we need more reviews? We're just launching our product. We need more reviews. What are our options according to Amazon? And first option would be obviously wait and trust Amazon. So which means just wait quietly and see how many customers will actually buy your product and leave you a genuine review without doing anything. Obviously, we all know, anybody that's been selling on Amazon knows that this is not an option. You will get like less than a review over 100 purchases, and you have no idea if that review is going to be good or not. The second option is what we call a request a review button. That's fairly new. It started about a year ago. It allows Amazon sellers, by clicking on the request a review button, to push an email that will be sent from Amazon. So the customer will see that it's coming from Amazon requesting a review. This has increased a little bit the percentage of review rate for sellers. However, not by that much. The reason for that is because customers, they get tons of emails like that. They tend to buy things on daily basis on Amazon. They just see another email asking them for a review. Imagine yourself how many times you've noticed an email from a company asking for the review. So it's not really going to get you where you want. So that's but that's an option still. And the third option that Amazon will recommend you is to join the Refine program. Remember that you have to be a brand registered. You have to have less than 30 reviews, which means that you cannot really use this program forever. But the most problematic thing here is that you have to give your product for free. You have no idea who is the customer that will purchase it, and you have no idea how the review will be. So it could be a very positive review. In the same time, it could be a very negative review that will terminate your sales for that day, or will force you to do a lot of hard work after that to get it deleted. So these are our options from Amazon. Other options that exist are autoresponders. This option exists for over, I think, 6 years at least. I mean, I've been selling on Amazon since 2015. It was really relevant then. It's almost not relevant now anymore. Amazon really restricts you on what you can send in all these auto messages to customers. For example, you cannot tell them anymore things like your order has been shipped. It's not relevant anymore. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to ask them to tell them, like, if everything is wrong with your product, let us know. You cannot do it anymore. You cannot tell them that, basically the only thing that you can do over there is to ask for a review. So if a customer sees an email asking for a review, it will basically be the same as a request a review button. You are not going to get the connection that sellers had with customers 6 years ago. It's no longer relevant. So we're looking for other options. This is an option that we see quite a lot. It's a very bad option. It's a question. It's even against Amazon in terms of service. It's asking you, like, in your insert card, sellers are adding, like, are you happy from your gloves? If so, send us, give us a review. If you're not happy, then send us an email, let us know why. This is obviously a picky option, which is not approved by Amazon, because you're playing a little bit with the results here. So that's also an option that does not exist, or definitely not recommended. Promotional marketplaces still exist. There used to be all these Facebook groups that ask for reviews. Now there are all these marketplaces that you give your product over there for free, or for like 80%, 90% discount, and then you're hoping for people to get it and then leave your review. You're not allowed to ask them for a review, but you're assuming that they went into this marketplace because of it. But it will cost you money to be a member of this marketplace. You have to give your product for free still. All these things, and in the end of the day, you have no idea if what's going to be the opinion of the people that got your product. So all these options do not look good. We have to find another solution, because if we keep this way, then what will happen is that we need to give our product for free or with huge discounts. We have no verified purchase, because if you're going to give it for free, or you're going to give huge discounts, then Amazon will not mark it as a verified purchase. There is no way that we could collect information about our customers. Amazon will simply not allow us that. So we'll not have their email address, we'll not have their phone number. It ends with Amazon, and in the end of the day, there is no actual engagement with our customers, with our audience. So all of this will pretty much leaves us at the situation that most sellers are today, and that is, ask yourself if this is your situation, that approximately 1% of all customers that are buying your products are going to leave your review, which you don't even know if that's going to be a positive or a negative review. So that is not a way that we can count on in order to launch a product and to advance and to become big sellers. It simply will not go. We have to find other ways. So let's gonna talk today about other ways that are not conventional ways to get more reviews. All right. So the first question that you have to ask yourself is, what do you really want? And I'll tell you what you want. You want to get your customers real email address and phone number, so you could communicate with them directly without without being dependent on Amazon. You have to have an actual interaction with your audience. You want to get them to be happy from your product and also your service. All right. So this is something that, and if they're buying FBA, then the service that they think they get is Amazon service. They're not even getting your service. Amazon will not really allow you to give them any additional service, and you want it to happen. You want them to be happy from your brand. So all of these things that, it's just, that's what we have to do. And how do you get there? This is what we're going to talk about in this session. First of all, we're going to talk about how to use ManyChat as your key to interact with your existing customers. ManyChat is going to make you a complete difference between, a regular communication with customers that you have until now and new ways that will allow you to actually interact with them. Why aren't you doing it already? If this is the question that you're asking, because you probably heard of ManyChat, you probably know that chatbots exist and people are using it, and high-level sellers are using them. So why aren't you doing it yourself? Probably either because you don't know anything about ManyChat. It looks to you too complicated to start learning about this process, and you don't have the time to do it. So you're just waiting with it, and it's out there in your checklist, but you're simply not there. The second thing we're going to talk about is how to use Seller Tools, already prepared flows to synchronize the data from Seller Central. Seller Tools does a tremendous job in connecting the chatbots into Seller Central, getting the information from Seller Central about your customers, verifying the order ID, and so on. We're going to talk about that as well. If you're asking yourself why you're not doing it already, then probably the answer is that you did not know that they have prepared flows, or still you're not in the process that you think that you can handle it. I mean, maybe you're not that good in Seller Tools. Maybe you don't have time to start understanding the flows and do the small adjustments. We're going to talk about that as well. And the final thing that you're going to get there is to start using your VA to set it all up from you from scratch. And if you're not using it already, it's either because you don't have a VA, so you're not really understanding the power of delegating to somebody else, or you simply don't trust your VA enough or think that your VA can handle it. But let me tell you that from our experience working with over 200 VAs, it's definitely something that you can do. It's definitely achievable, and your VA can do tremendous and powerful job with this topic. Now let's go and talk about the very beginning of how to set up a chatbot. A chatbot will start with your insert card, all right? The customers will purchase the product, will get it to their home, will open the box, and then is going to be your insert card that you've prepared in advance. Now, everybody knows about insert card. It exists for years already. It's a gray area between you and Amazon. Let's talk about the things that you can do and cannot do on an insert card. The first thing that I will recommend you not to do, obviously, is do not ask for reviews. I showed this message before. It will not work. The reason it will not work is because the customers, they've just bought your product. Okay, they have not even tested it yet. They're opening the box. They see an insert card. In a second, they have to decide if this insert card is crucial and relevant to their usage of the product or not. And if the answer is not, then they're just going to throw it away. If you're going to use this important aspect in order to ask for a review, you're going to fail. So do not ask for reviews. Do not just thank them for purchasing your product. Everybody's thanking everybody these days. Thank you for purchasing. Thank you for being a member. Their customers, they're so used of people, of companies thanking them. They do not really think it's real anymore. It's just something that, people do. It will not really get you. They will not really see, the customers will not say, oh, wow, this company, they just thank me, so I'll give them a review. It will get you nowhere. It's just another waste of space in your insert card. Do not invite customers to your website, Facebook page, Instagram page, unless you have a direct funnel that will lead them through there to give you a review or to make other sales. If you just want to move them to somewhere else, just for them to be impressed of your website or your Facebook page, then I would definitely recommend you not to waste that time. You will see that it's not really happening. All right. Now, what you should do, you should create a stunning design with one purpose only, and that purpose is the QR code. Okay, that's the only reason that you should have an insert card. You want the customers to understand that this is what you want them to do. They have to understand that they have to scan the code in order to start something, to start a conversation, to start a chat. And you have to make it stunning. You have to make it amazing, so they will understand that this is the only thing that you were asking them, and it's and they understand exactly what they need to do. And obviously, in order for it to work, you have to you have to give them a wow reason in order to scan the QR code. So a wow reason would not be, scan this code in order to give us a review. That will not work. You have to think of big things that you could give your customers in order for them to actually spend some time, scan the code, and start a conversation with your company. Right now, let's talk about two different cards and tell me which one would you scan. The first one is an actual card that exists on Amazon with a seller. It's actually, if you're looking at it like that, it looks pretty good. There is there are all these colors. There is the logo. There is a nice image. But let's go over it and see how many things are wasted in here and will not really give you what you need. Okay, first of all, it starts with a lot of text. Customers, they do not imagine in here. This example, they purchased an Earth Pack dry bag. Okay, when somebody is purchasing a dry bag because they need it, but it's not because they're ready to to sit down for an hour and start reading. They're enthusiastic about using it, and they will probably throw this insert card in a second if they don't see any value in it. So if you're starting with a long text telling them like your awesome adventure starts here, thanking them for the purchase, telling them that you're excited to have them a part of your family, it's not working anymore. It's really something that customers, they see it all the time. Brands are repeating it one after the other. People are purchasing things every day, several times a day, and everybody is thanking them, for being a part of their family. A lot of text without any reason. The second thing is, you see here on the lower part, there is this hashtag of Instagram. Again, if there's no actual reason for you to do it, don't waste it. Don't take your customers from here to somewhere else without a definite reason. You still can see that there is a QR code, and this is why I brought it. But it says here, share your story, leave a review, again, without them even going on a trip and testing their dry bag. Obviously, they're just opened the box, so they're not going to use it. They're not going to leave a review. And I would bet that this brand that is using this insert card is basically not getting more than the 1% review rate that everybody else is getting. What you should do, look at this second card, which is surprisingly the same card. We took exactly the same card and we just changed it in order for it to go with the things that matters. So first of all, you see a huge difference. There's not a lot of text. There is just what needs the customers to understand that this is important. It says, do not forget, real big, real, in bold letters, in order for them to understand that, they have to read it. If they have a second to have a glimpse at your card and they see this, do not forget, activate your warranty here. They understand that this is important. And then it says, scan this QR code to activate your lifetime warranty. Now, a warranty is a very good option, a very good way for customers to scan your code and to start this conversation. Obviously, you have to have a product that will go with it. You have to have a product that it will worth the customers to spend the time in order to get a lifetime warranty. It should not be a product that costs $2. All right, but if it's an expensive product and something that a customer will value a lifetime warranty, then they will see it, they will understand it. The QR code is bigger in here, it's in the center, and in addition to that, we added the scan it on red, so it's definitely easier for the customers to understand what they need to do and to take it from here, and they have a wow reason to do it. So that's the card that you would probably scan, and what will happen is that from there, the flow will take you exactly to where you want to go. And in order to get all the things done until now, let's talk about what your VA should be doing for you. The first thing is to do a research on QR codes and insert cards, understanding exactly the things that I just mentioned now, understanding your VA should know it. Create a text for your card, like I showed before. It's not really difficult. Do it for you, creating the text for your card. creating the QR code. Again, not a difficult task for a VA to do, creating a QR code, and find for you the right designer for the job. Spend all the time and effort into dealing with different designers, finding the right one, going over different images in order to understand what suits better your brand, and communicate with that designer and verify the output. And from there, send these files to your supplier for printing and adding to your product packages. All right, all these things should not be done by yourself. This is something that your VA should be able to do. This is something that we train our VAs to do, so we know for sure that it's possible, and your VA can do it for you. So absolutely no time whatsoever taken from your end. But this is when this is done, you're already going to be in a very good position to start the flow. Now let's talk about the next step. The next step is creating a chat flow. The chat flow, and this is where I want to talk about Seller Tools. And by the way, Seller Tools will be speaking just today. Later on today, Troy will be speaking exactly about Seller Tools and about this chat flow. He will go deeper into understanding the logic behind it and how it works. I will just mention it in short to give a little understanding of Seller Tools that gives you. As you can see on the left side in here, they have a chapter dedicated for ManyChat and flows, and you can download from their free flows, like the example in here, a warranty registration, which is super important and works great. And the second one that we're going to talk about here is the free gift flow. All right, now a free gift flow. Let's talk about that. I want to show it in here. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to see everything. I know it's small. The idea will be just for you to see. This is downloaded from Seller Tools for free, so you could use it. You can have a subscription to Seller Tools in order to enjoy their integration with Seller Central, and you can adjust it a little bit in order to do it manually. But the flow is there and it's ready, and it's giving you a lot of insights and understanding about how to use it. A free flow, a free gift flow, basically a free gift, is another great way to attract people to activate, to scan your QR code. If you're selling things that already, I would say about $30 and more, then it's definitely worth for you to create another ASIN on Amazon and inventory of additional gifts that will cost you $1 or less, and to ship it to the customers as a gift. Now, the idea is that they will not know about this gift. It will not be published on your product. They will only see the opportunity of this gift when they see the insert card and they will scan the QR code. So it will be worth for them to understand, to value it and to spend the time using it, and they will get a free gift. So if you're selling like camping hammocks, which I did, so you just add to the camping hammocks, you just give them another another gift of something like a beer hanger to hang on the hammock, for example. Things that cost you nothing but will be really giving a wow sensation to the customers, because it's not something they paid for. It's not something they were aware of when they purchased your product, right? So I will not go over the entire flow in here. I will just show some points that are relevant. Obviously, in the beginning, once the customer has scanned your QR code, they will say, they will see this message, hey, Gilad, or your name, obviously, thanks for your purchase. We hope you're loving your product. Complete your product registration to get another product for free. So obviously, they will click I'm ready, and then they will continue. And the flow here will ask them to leave their order ID, and then Seller Tools will actually verify that this is a legit purchase, that they have in fact bought the product and they're not using it time over time to get more and more free gifts. So there is a value to Seller Tools on that. And from there, after verification, the customers will get this message: we've confirmed your order ID. Let's get your product registered. We'll just need your email address and phone number to complete your warranty registration and move forward with your free product offer. What's the best email address for you? And after that, obviously, it will ask what's their phone number. So here, it makes sense for everybody to leave their phone number and their email address, and voila, you have something that Amazon will never allow you to get. They did before. When I sold on Amazon 6 years ago, I could have their phone number, and I used it in order to call our customers. It's not available anymore, and that's a great way to catch their phone number and catch their email address. We're going to talk later on what you're going to do with that. But here, the customers will leave it. Now, the next message will be awesome. Your product is registered. Your free product will be on its way to you shortly. And what will Amazon do is Seller Tools actually will initiate an order being sent manually to your customers, the order that you decide that you agreed on, and it's chosen before in advance when installing the flow. So everything is already prepared for you. You don't have to do anything at this point. If you're not connected to Seller Tools, then obviously your VA could manually ship the products to your customers after verifying their address. So what happens next? ManyChat will wait, and this is a very cool thing. ManyChat will wait 7 days and then will continue. So after these 7 days, Seller Tools will send automatically the send a review request, but only 7 days after. So which means that in these 7 days, the customers will have enough time to test the product that they've already purchased. Second, they will already get the free gift. So you're already in a completely different position compared to just pushing the send the request or review button, automatically, when the customer has just purchased the product. Here, they've already tested it, they've already received the free gift, and they love already the experience with your brand. A completely different way and a different rate in order to get more reviews. All right, and then remember that the message that they will get is still from Amazon, so they will see a message from Amazon. They're likely to open it, but this time they will think twice before just deleting it and moving forward, because they were already connected to you and to your brand. Now that's as simple as it is. That's a great way. Now let's go back to your VA and remind yourself that still you do not need to know anything. You do not need to do anything yourself. Your VA should create an account at Seller Tools and ManyChat. An account at ManyChat costs about $10 a month. With Seller Tools, you could either use your free version or subscribe to one of their options. Connect ManyChat to your Facebook page. Connect ManyChat to Seller Tools and to Seller Central, so you can actually integrate and check the orders and to see that everything is legit. And download the flows from Seller Tools to ManyChat and adjust them. Like, for example, like deciding how many days after the purchase you want to send. It doesn't have to be necessarily 7 days. It could be less. It could be more. Depends on your product and your preferences. You can also decide exactly which is the free product you're going to give away. All right. So all these things should be done by your VA. Now, let's talk about what matters the most. Like I said before, the topic of this presentation is how to use your virtual assistant for what matters the most. And what matters the most is not just installing Seller Tools or using ManyChat and creating the flows. That's fine, but we're gonna do something that very, very few sellers are doing. And I'll start with this. Remember this from The Godfather. It's not personal, it's business, or it's not personal, it's business. So in everything to do with reviews, this phrase is completely wrong. All right. Everything about reviews is personal. A customer would not leave you a review if he's not really feeling connected to your brand, not really feeling connected to the experience that you're going to give him as a brand, right? Otherwise, the chances are that you're going to be left with 1% review rate, and obviously that could be also a negative review. How are we going to make it personal? All right, so what you need to do is to give your customers what they expect, everything you promised, but to surprise them with much more. We've already started on that. We started by giving the customers the product that they wanted, and nothing will help you if you're going to give them a shitty product. But if you're going to give them exactly what they expected, exactly what they paid for, and already surprise them with a free gift that you created, and a very nice experience using the flow, seeing how simple it is. They just scan it, they enter their phone number, and then voila, 3 days after they received a free gift. So it's already a very positive way. Now let's think how your VA could do something better, how they can lift it to a higher review rate. And that's where we're going to use the information that we got from ManyChat. We're going to use the personal phone calls. We're going to use the phone number that they're giving us, for example, on how to use the product in the best way. So notice here, I'm not going to use it in order to ask my VA to call the customers and ask them to leave a review. That's not going to be the conversation. Actually, I'm not going to mention anything on the conversation, and the VA is not going to mention anything on the conversation about the review. The only reason the VA is going to call the customers and talk to them is to give another extra value, to give them another surprise with much more. And that's going to be, for example, how to use the product in the best way. Now, how to use the product in the best way is something that your VA could start preparing for. For example, reading all the negative and positive reviews of your competitors and yourself and your product, of what people are complaining about or what people are happy about your product. What are the Q&As that customers are asking before purchasing your product? And that's exactly what the VA should be using. For example, the VA should be calling them, I just wanted to let you know that you probably just received our product. You should know that if you're trying to open it or operate it in the wrong way, it will not work. You should better do it in a different way. That's the way it will work. It will not break. We have a lot of customers asking us, and we just wanted to give you a heads up in order for you to enjoy the product and in the best way. All right, that's the only reason I'm going to give the call, to give this extra reason. Which mistakes to avoid when using the product? I just called in order to tell you, do not use the product do not use the product before washing it or in soap water. That's the only reason. All right, you should think of exactly about your product, which things like that customers are complaining about or are asking about. Can I iron the product? Can I use it on hot temperatures? Can I use it with which type of batteries I should use it? What happens if I do? So all these things that about your product, and customers not necessarily know because they not necessarily read the entire listing page or went over your website. So probably they are not aware of some issues that could harm their products, or they should be aware of these little tips. And that's exactly the reason why your VA should be making the call. If they need assistance or any PDF guide, that's the reason you should prepare something like that and send it to them and say to them, okay, I have your email address, I'm going to send you a PDF guide of exactly how to use or which mistakes to avoid or whatever. Okay, that's the extra value that your VA is going to give you. Obviously, if you're using the warranty channel, the flow, instead of the free gift flow, so then that could be given another opportunity here. So they already got a lifetime warranty from you when they've activated the flow. But now when the VA is calling them, he or she is only calling them to verify that everything is okay and to ask them if they want to receive another free gift. Imagine the surprise and the gratitude and the experience that the customers are having when somebody is calling them just to give them tips and ask them if they want to have a free gift without asking and doing anything else. That's not the reason. They're not selling them another product. They're not asking their review. They're just there to give them extra value. The same thing you can do with direct emails. You have their emails addresses now, so use it. Use that, for example, of how to use, which mistakes to avoid. I've talked about it before. Invite them to join your Facebook group and get already a free percentage or a discount or something like that. Invite them to receive a free gift or a guide, like I talked before. Each one will ask himself, what is the best way to use the information that you extracted from ManyChat? But do not just leave it like that and add it to a list of email addresses and phone numbers. Use it for what matters. Invite them to a photo or video edit their product and win a prize. All these will give them the sensation that they're a part of something, that this is not just a regular purchase. It's they've just entered a brand, a family. This is a family. It's not like just writing to them on their card, welcome to the family. That does not cut it anymore. All right, make it personal. This is the change in review rate that you're gonna have if you're gonna start with the Amazon. The Trust Amazon option that I've spoken before will lead you to approximately between 1% to 2% review rate. Like I said, without actually knowing if the customer is happy or unhappy from your product. Trust chatbots, which means that you're going to use the flow, like I've said before, and giving them a free gift or something like that, will already 5 times more review rate than it was before. From 1%, you're going to go to 5%, which is huge, without doing anything, and it's all going to be automated for you using chatbots and ManyChat and seller tools. But when you're going to be using your VAs, then the statistics that we have now from our customers, from our sellers using our VAs, that it goes up to 10%. The difference between 1% and to 10% is huge on your possibility to grow faster and to launch another product, right? So use your VA for what matters. By the way, your VA, when calling the customers and asking if everything is okay, that's your opportunity to understand if something is wrong. If they're not happy, if they're not succeeding to, to work the product the way that you wanted, then this is the time to fix things, to give them a gift, to give them another product, to ship them, to correct things immediately, instead of, just waiting for them to leave a negative review. So you're not just asking, you're not just getting more reviews, you're verifying that the reviews that you're going to get are only positive. And that's huge. All right. So to summarize for you, what your VA should be doing for you. First of all, prepare the insert card and add to your product. We've talked about it before, to communicate with the designer, to create a QR code, to create an insert card, text, everything should be done by your VA. The second is to prepare the ManyChat flow and test it. You can download it from Seller Tools, or the VA can prepare it by herself. The third thing is to get your customer's phone number, call them, and give them the extra value. We talked about that as well, or to use their email address and communicate with them over there. And the fourth thing is to track and follow up while your review rate is going up. That's what you should do. You should collect all this information, use it, and that will guarantee that your rate of growth is going to be much faster than your competitors, because you're doing something that a very few percentage of sellers are doing. I was asked to explain a little bit about us. Lizette asked me in the beginning. I talked about it a little bit, but in here I'll just mention that VAA specializes in matching Amazon sellers worldwide with skilled, dedicated virtual assistant in the Philippines. All our VAs, they're all Filipinos. We invest a great deal of effort into screening them, and we spent about 2 months into filtering the right VAs. We're left with about 1% of all VAs, because we know who we're looking for. We're looking for dedicated VAs, talented, full of motivation, with great abilities and English level and all that. After that, once we have our VAs, we give them comprehensive Amazon training. Like I said, we divide them into different departments: PPC, social media, Seller Central, graphic designers, and so on, where we create a smooth integration and support to you as a seller, making sure that everything is working out the best way, answering all your questions, making sure that no mistakes are done, and so on. And of course, we, as an academy, we continue to train our VAs ongoing all year long, every month, according to any updates, any changes on Amazon. So that's about us. If you want to enjoy the all the options that I've given over there, free percentage discounts, 20% discount on your one-time fee, plus about 40 hours of free usage of Amazon VA, PPC VA, social media VAs. All you need to do is to scan this code here. This is your option to test it, to see. If you prefer still to write me an email, you can do it by service at VA Philippines, or visit our website, vaphilippines.com. But scan this QR code in order to start to schedule a talk with me, and to get all the benefits that I promised on KLIK. That's pretty much it. Lizette, are you here?
I'm here.
Yeah,
Augustus is here.
Augustus is here as well.
Yeah,
all right,
so
cool.
You can come to us as well. I see you don't see us. Now you see us, right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm
here. Perfect. So yeah, thank you very much for this presentation. I wanted to mention that this video is part of the KLIK Box video series, I already mentioned. And this time in this package, Gilad is offering a special offer as well. This package contains, you will find the link below to read more about this package. But we negotiated with over 20 different Amazon expert service providers and tools to give really good deals for us. And you pay a small amount and you get, like, let's say, what do you get from Gilad? Can you tell us about your bonus?
Yeah, I've given, first of all, 20% off the sign-up fee. So you're already starting on a good point in here. And then after that, I've given 30 hours of VAs for free. The first 30 hours free. So it's not really for you to test it. It's really just to give financial benefits. You have 10 hours of free of Amazon VAs, 10 hours free of your PPC VAs, and 10 hours free for your social media VAs. And you can keep this even if you're starting now just with one VA and adding another VA in the future. This option will be still valid for you and kept for you because you purchased the KLIK Box.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And now we have a few questions. So Lisette.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So first question about VAs. I want to hire a VA, but do not know what task should I delegate first. So perhaps you have some ideas.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the idea of that you want to hire a VA is already a very good position that puts you in that you're ready to delegate. That you know that in order to grow your business, you have to delegate, and the VAs are the perfect option to take. Now, you should ask yourself, what currently are you spending the most amount of time that does not really need your attention? I always ask myself when I'm doing a task, if I'm the only person that can do this task, like the founder and the owner of the business, are these decisions are only mine to take, or is this something that somebody else with the right training, with the right attitude can do for me? Now, if you think that customer service is only you can do and nobody else can do because your product is super complicated and nobody else can handle it instead of you, then you should be focusing on customer service and do customer service forever. However, if you feel that somebody else can do it for you, then that's already something that you should delegate, right? Don't think that it's going to be difficult. Don't think that, how can I find the right person? If the answer is yes, somebody else, a perfect match, can do it for me, then you should already start to think how you should do it. So first of all, I would create a list of all the things that you're currently doing now that you think that you yourself are not the person that have to do it. Somebody else, like I said before, with the right training, with the right attitude and the right capabilities can do for you. That's already a good start. Now, I can tell you that when sellers are coming to us, and let's say, for example, that they need a social media VA, then the first thing we'll do is we're going to connect them to our social media managers, and their job is to go over with you and to give you a lot of tips and advice exactly which tasks your VA can help you with, and to make sure you know that you're optimizing the work with your VA. If for any specific question, I'll be happy to talk about, but there are plenty of things that VAs can help you with, from customer service to shipment plans to waiting on the phone for hours and talking to Amazon customer support, creating your listings, optimizing them, doing keyword research, working with your suppliers, finding new products for you, posting on social media, posting on Amazon posts, doing PPC. It continues. So yeah, obviously
enough.
Yeah, all right, I'll stop. Yeah, plenty of things that but it's crazy. There's so many sellers. When they start, they do everything themselves. All the things that I mentioned before, I used to do myself. So imagine how how you can grow when you're doing everything in your business.
By the way, if you like the content, check the like and subscribe button below and click it. Okay? Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's go to the next question. Then Daisy is asking, how do you keep your VAs up to date with all the Amazon changes? Because we do have seen a lot of updates recently.
Oh, there are always updates there. It's ever changing Amazon. If I've been, if my VAs were using all the things that I've taught them on 2016 when I hired my first VA, then my account and the seller's account will be closed within a minute. So they have to be updated. We have for that we have team leaders and managers, and we have training department that is constantly working in order to make sure that all changes are given, all updates are given to the VAs. We bring experts from other, external experts to give lectures and to teach about these new changes. So it's very, very important to us that the VAs are always familiar with all these changes and they continue to progress. Okay,
very good. So
what was the question? So how do you keep them updated? You make like weekly trainings or monthly trainings? Or?
Yeah, we do. We like I said, we divide them into different departments. For example, on the PPC department, if there's a change, a new button on Seller Central, a new feature on PPC, then once in a month, the entire PPC department will have a meeting. We'll discuss the team leaders of the PPC department, their They're listening to every possible podcast on PPC. They're members of every update that is coming from Amazon, and then we're creating trainings and tutorials for the VAs in order for them to be updated. And yes, we also bring PPC experts in order to give their point of view of all these changes.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds very good. So Lydia is asking, how can VA help to newbies on Seller Central? What I mean is, if I'm a new seller on Amazon, can they provide me with a general guidance too?
Well, this is a very interesting question. My first opinion on this is that, when you should hire a VA to do things that you know how to do yourself, but you prefer to use your time wisely and do things that only you, like I mentioned before, as a seller can focus on in order to grow your activity, and then give your VA to do the things instead of you, so you have more free time. That way you can understand exactly what the VA is reporting to you, and you can guide the VA and give them tasks and understand you're working as a team. The other option, would be that you have no idea about, for example, PPC, no idea whatsoever. You're hiring a PPC VA to do the things for you, but you have no idea what is a success, if the VA is doing a good job or not, and that is a problem. So if any newbie, I would recommend them in addition or even before hiring a VA, get your level higher. I mean, if you want to invest in this business and become, a full-time seller on Amazon, then you should take guidance. You should take tutorials. You should take a mentor or a course or advanced courses and move forward, so you could work together with your VA. I understand that there are sellers in the beginning, especially that they're working full-time job. They have their kids. They have very little time, but they're still beginners. They could help. They could use the help of VAs to do the things for them. For example, finding the first product to launch, working hours on negotiating deals with suppliers. They would never be able to advance without it. So yes, you could use a VA, but bear in mind that you're in a position that you have to trust your VA. And I would always recommend you to also gather the knowledge when working with VAs.
Okay, very good. So another one regarding reviews and also virtual assistants. So how can virtual assistants help dealing with negative reviews?
Well, I talked about it in the presentation. So if you're doing everything that I mentioned in here, and you have a way to collect your phone number and email addresses of your customers, and then you calling them in advance, and you get the feedback from them before they actually left the negative review, then that's already the way to deal with it. You're stopping these negative reviews before they actually happen. Now, if they already left you a negative review, and you have a way to communicate with them outside of Amazon, then I would do the same. I would call them, give them a gift, give them a free another product, do whatever it takes in order for them to really see that we mean business and we are there to help them. But if not, then Amazon has just a few months ago, they stopped the option for you to reply to reviews whatsoever, and then they understood that it's a problem that you cannot reply to anybody leaving you a one star. Then they allow you back now to reply to anybody giving you a negative review. So your VA could still answer reviews now that that somebody is leaving you over there, and doing your best shot in order to communicate with them, either finding that person, if you have their full name, then finding this order ID and communicate with them directly, or in addition to that, obviously answer to the review and say that you're sorry, and ask them to contact you in order to receive a new product or anything like that.
Okay, very good. So another question from our viewer: can your VA from Philippines call our US customers?
Yes, they can. This is also something I mentioned in here. If you're gathering their phone numbers, then and you want to use your VA for that, then definitely a VA can help you call your US customers. The question here is if our VAs can help them. Definitely the answer is yes. Or we filter our VAs so that they have great English, they have a great way of talking on the phone, and they're able to do that. But even if you just want to hire yourself a VA to work with you, then you should make sure that you're hiring a VA that has a very good English, has a strong internet connection in order to talk on the phone from the Philippines and a quiet environment.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So how can I send the gift to the customers if I use a free gift flow?
So if you're using a free gift flow, then what Seller Tools is doing is they're using the address of the customers when they purchase the product, reminding you that first of all the customer has already purchased a product of yours from Amazon, and then they received the card and they initiated the flow. So you already have their address. Now, in the flow, there is a question that you're verifying their address just to make sure that when you're sending them the free gift, then this is the right address. And if they click on no, then they can enter another valid address, so you can send it over there. And Sell Tools, what it does, it makes a manual shipment of a product that you chose to the customers. So I strongly recommend you to listen also to Troy's lecture, because he's going to go deeper into understanding how to use these flows and how to gather the information about the customers. But yeah, that's the way to do it. If you're not doing it through Sell Tools, then you can still use the ManyChat flow in order to take the information from the customers, the address, the full address, and then manually have your VA ship it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thank you very much, Gilad. So yeah, you mentioned a few times the session with Troy. We will, for those who are watching a recording of this session, you will find the link below to that video. Also, we will point it at the top here while you're watching. And yeah, thank you very much, Gilad. It was great to have you here. If anyone wants to get a VA from his company, please find the link below, contact Gilad, and thanks.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
Thank you, and
Thank
good luck in
you.
the business.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. And finally, I would like to invite you to watch other video where Lisette, which you just saw on the screen, is explaining how to hire a VA from store. She's telling from store manager's perspective. So this is what she does all the time, and you will get additional tips how to, either you can hire Gilad's, or if you want to do it alone, you will get more tips in this video.